On this episode of Buff's Garage, I've got to try to get this thing ready to go 800 miles to rescue Dalton at Pole Barn Garage West. Well guys, I'm in the middle of the Datsun trying to get it to steer. I've got all the parts laid out, but I just got an urgent text from Dalton. He's out at PBG West, Pole Barn Garage West, and he needs help. Obviously, I can't take this one. That one's still not put back together. I really don't want to take the big block dually all the way across the country because that's a lot of gas. So what do I have that's relatively put together and I could get it going in the next day or so? I got it. Falconstein! You guys missed it. I was taking Falconstein up to the corner store and broke the steering shaft, so I thought. It turned out the rag joint itself actually snapped. That's normal for your Frankenstein cars. But also, I ended up buying new calipers and hoses for the brakes because the brakes just weren't great. My goal is to see if I can get all this done and put together in time to be able to go actually be useful to Dalton and Jess out at PBG West. Oh, and the fuel. And let's remember, I'm going through a fuel filter about every time I drive him. I filled up the tank full of gas and in the process basically flushed all of that dirt and crud and everything else right into the fuel system. Let's see what I can do if I can get this thing together and on the road in the next 24 hours. Oh, how I love laying in the gravel. I mean, it's better than the mud, I suppose. Well, the first thing we're going to do is try to get this fuel tank down. Oh, nice. Broke. Well, some of these clamps weren't even secured. That's fine. Finger Tight Jones was here. I'm probably just going to cut this rubber hose out and replace it anyway. And then, yeah, that one wasn't even tight. This one I'd like to not replace, but it's really in there, so I'll see what I can do. And then we'll fish this thing out of here. Perfect. I wonder why my fuel gates didn't work. I have no idea where the camera went for looking in here. There's definitely scaly rust everywhere. Maybe I can clean this up. I apologize for the wind, but the shop's full and it just happens to be a windy day here in Oklahoma. Not a lot I can do about it. Wow, that is dirty. Wonder what the odds are of me finding one of these. Get you in here to take a look. Not sure if you can see anything. I can't. I can actually fill this up with some super clean, maybe some rocks. I was told to use marbles, but you guys know I lost those a long time ago. But I do have a lot of gravel. And then we'll just shake it up as best we can, get it all cleaned out, and that fuel system should be ready to go again. Well, okay, O'Reilly's did not have the sending unit even as an option to find in their system. Amazon can get me one, but not until I'm supposed to be coming back. So I should probably order one, but I'm trying to save every penny to be able to do this. Pretty dirty coming out of there. So the screen here is doing its job, keeping the big stuff from getting into the fuel line, which is awesome. But then that little bit of sediment's making it all the way up to the fuel filter, which then pretty much clogs within a drive or two. I can get probably a trip and back out of one. I want to do better than that. Understandably, it's my fault, but I'd like to get a little bit more out of each fuel filter, if possible. Is that supposed to be brown? It's pretty bad. Yeah, maybe I can use it on a lawnmower and clog it up. And thanks for Super Clean for sponsoring me enough to give me some cleaner to just dump into this tank. I use it on pretty much every project. And this one's getting the whole jug. So support Super Clean. Tell them Buff sent you and maybe they'll send me some more so I can use it on the next project. That is gravel. It's not. It's like sediment in the bottom. So the key will be, how do I get it out? Okay, don't lose that. Just so you have an idea. That's pretty dirty. That's what the inside of the tank looks like. Let's be clear, it's not going to get any dirtier than it is. Hopefully when we're done, we'll flush it all out, let it dry in the sun. What went in clear, coming out brown. Now we know there's a small hole in the top of the tank. Oh yeah, it's pouring out that hole right there. So I'm going to probably hit that with a wire brush and throw some JB Weld on it. As you can see, that's still pretty dirty. Look, we did pressure washer. I bet that's going to do us a lot of good. Now we got to figure out how to get the rocks out. Seems to be getting cleaner with every time I rinse it out. Oh, wow. That's almost completely clear now. I think that's more than good enough. We'll let the fuel filters catch the rest. Blackhawks flying overhead. Coming for Falconstein. We've got hoses that need replaced. I've got new calipers. Well, thanks to a random figure out video on the internet, I learned that this is a 1/4 inch Allen, and it is definitely dirty and corroded. Oh, there we go. We get that out of here. Now that you are the same color as the earth, it will be missing forever. And then we're gonna give this some tappy taps, knock it out. Hopefully this pops out and we can assess the damage. Oh, by the way, there are no new brake pads for this at O'Reilly's. So our goal here is calipers and hoses and hope the brake pads are fine. And if not, well, we're just going to be screwed. Yeah, this brake pad isn't bad at all. Yeah, also not horrible. as usual, the old brake line fitting is fighting me. Hit it with some coil. I went ahead and just cut the old one off because I got new ones. I confirmed they're the right ones. There we go. There we go. Care about. Wow. There was some fresh juice in there. Not a lot though. Tell me how those two are the same part. Not even close, man. And what's worse is this bolt came with the caliper that it doesn't fit in. Come on. The bottom portion of this caliper, ooh, dirty. There's this little slide piece, and it fits right in there to kind of hold everything together. And in between there is this little spring. And none of this is machined to where it fits together, especially with the spring in it. There we go. I'm going to hook up my hose now. I just love working on the gravel. This shows you how spoiled I am. I get used to the darn concrete. Torque to spec. One side done. That was more fun than it needed to be. This side's going to suck a little bit because it's tight quarters in there. Yep, looks like the same process as the other side, just reverse. When you're by yourself, you got to figure out your own way to bleed your brakes. And in this case, I'm going to pump them up and then I'm going to use my crowbar to hold them in place. It's not really the same, but it's better than nothing. I already got more pedal. I haven't even bled them yet. Those are bled pretty good. I'll see if Beck is available when she gets home. She can come over and give me that last little push on the pedals just to make sure, but for now, we're bled. Well, I finally managed to break the piece out of there. You can see it was just the rag joint that blew up. Still would be very, very bad at highway speed. So I'm glad it happened here locally. It's easy enough to replace that, and then we're back on the road. Well, my new part arrived. I'm gonna have to get this the rest of the way apart so that we can mount it in here to replace what fell apart here. And maybe this will work. Well, obviously I'm trying to hurry, so this is not the how-to version. Not only am I trying to get out of here and see if I can help Dalton, but also there's a storm coming. I don't know if you noticed this about Falconstein, but he's kind of open to the world. Yeah. So before I left, I wanted to make sure I had both brake lights. This one was acting up, so I went ahead and did some wiring. It may not be perfect, but it did work just a minute ago when I tried it. So now I've got parking lights, brakes, headlights, high and low beam. I tested the turn signals and I could get the passenger side to work, but not the driver's side, and I'm not sure what's going on there. I feel like it just needs rewired, and so I'm going to do that another day. For now, I think I'm getting it wrapped up. Got the steering back together. That at least looks like it did before. And everything has been tightened down to spec. Let's see if it'll make it there. Have not done a test drive yet, so I'm going to put the wheel back on and see if I can get it to go anywhere. Oh wait, we got to put the fuel tank back in first, and then we're going to take it on a test drive. Well, I took the brake caliper cores in and got some money back, which will help fund new stuff to hopefully fix that fuel tank. I don't know if you can see it on video, but it's got little pinholes, and we have enough problems with that tank that I don't need it leaking fuel out too. Trying to remember where that one, there it is. There's a big one up here, and it was flowing pretty good when I had the water in it. But also I thought there was some on the side. Not sure if you can see that, but I can. There's some pinholes there. A whole bunch of pinholes over here. Looks like a galaxy pinhole. Oh my goodness. The whole corner is pinholes. So with the lights turned off, I made a series of marks of places I needed to work on. Like this whole corner's bad. There's a hole there. Pinhole, pinholes, pinhole, pinhole, another pinhole. I marked there, but I have to look at that one again. This whole corner. So you might be saying, Buff, just buy a new gas tank. Well, that's like $150, $200 for a new tank. It's not going to get here in time for me to leave. The thing held fuel. Obviously it was leaking. There's no way it wasn't. But it was also knocking sediment down and getting everywhere. So I just need to patch it up. And this stuff works really well, and it cures within 4 hours. It'll set up in 5 minutes, cure within 4 hours. Well, I suppose the first thing we need to do, clean it up a bit. Try to cover all this the best we can. I honestly thought I was just going to have to fill a couple of pinholes. I had no idea how bad it really was. Or I would have probably got myself a second kit here. Starting to set up. Running out of time. Be a good time to mention, if you grab some merch, I can maybe save up and buy a fuel tank. Probably not. Well, this is what it looks like. Shined my flashlight in there and saw some tiny pinholes, so I tried to fill those with that last little bit of epoxy I had, but that's all I got. I'll have to make another trip to town if I find more, but I mean, it's a lot better than it was. Hopefully it'll hold fuel. Gonna drop that down in there. Well, I'm scrambling right now. Everything's not hooked up yet, but it's about to rain, so I'm gonna go hook this up to my fuel pump, throw it in a can of gas, and see if we can't get this thing moved. Alright, so I hooked up my fuel hose down at the fuel pump, and in pole barn garage fashion, I've got it run to an open can of gas. That should get it primed and into that spot, so at least I'm out of the rain. It's now running off of the fuel tank in the bed. Now let's get the actual fuel tank hooked up and make this permanent. It was at this moment, as I was trying to get the gas tank put back together, I got an urgent text from Dalton, who said he needed my help right away. Camera's fogging up. Made it to the gas station to top off, but it seems like everybody's here at the same time, and I'm stuck on high idle again. Not sure where that just spontaneously popped back up at, but I noticed the camera lens is fogging over, so this will be brief. I'm going to check all the fluids, make sure everything's good, and then I've got about 800 miles to go in the rain. With no wipers. As predicted, it started raining. So I took shelter in this huge car wash. Believe it or not, people are actually washing their cars in the rain, but hopefully they don't get too upset that I'm parked here for a minute. Kind of looked over everything. The high idle, I'm still not sure what's going on with that. So far so good. Can't see out of the windshield when it rains. It looks to be probably in the next 10 to 30 minutes. And there are tornado warnings and watches and thunderstorm warnings. Perfect. But here's the kicker. If I get just to the other side, just a little south and west of this line of storms, it's smooth sailing the rest of the way. Hopefully all the way to New Mexico. I can always rely on the woodshed to be my port in a storm. What I'm dealing with. I'm the little blue dot there. That's right now. Okay, let's hope it does that and then it just passes on by. I saw a Facebook post letting me know that the tornado thing, that it's like an armored truck that goes and finds tornadoes. It's just about 20 minutes northeast of me, headed my way. It was clear up in Miami, Oklahoma, which is 45 minutes an hour away, and I thought, oh good, they're up there, they're not gonna be searching for tornadoes around here. But then just got an update that they're headed here. There's rotation in this storm that's behind me, and yeah, I'm just going to stay in this shelter for a bit, and then we'll hit the road and keep heading west. Well, the storm seems to have passed, so I'm going to start heading that way again. Water in the road. I just drove through a low water crossing, and that wouldn't have been an issue had I had the wipers working. It cleared up pretty fast, and boy, it is blue skies and beautiful out. I got about 15 miles until my next stop, but there's water all over this road, so I'm just taking her easy. Should be there just a few. Trying to find some Rain-X and you know, just check all the fluids and stuff, make sure we're good. So I'm going to go ahead and do the windshield real quick. Amazing what 30 miles will do. This is sunshine and beautiful, just very few clouds. It's amazing what I just went through. And it should be like this all the way to New Mexico. I'm going to put this on and get the heck out of here. The wind is really blowing. And since I'm going to be driving into the sun, all evening and into the night. I figure I better get going. I've not gone very far, and that's generally what happens when I get on one of these road trips, is the first few hours I don't get very far. 30, 40, 50 miles maybe, but then I've got to put the miles behind me, because at this point it's going to be 3 or 4 in the morning, maybe 5 in the morning by the time I get there. So, got me a little caffeine, full of gas. I'll stop in probably another 100 miles or so, hopefully, and hope we don't get stopped by any rain. Off we go. Sometimes you have to learn the hard way how much fuel your tank has in it. Granted, I don't know if the tank was full the last time, but I put in 10 gallons, and I put in 10 gallons prior to that. But just coming up the hill, I'm literally 5 miles from the next gas station. Stupidly, about a mile from a gas station, but it was kind of out in the middle of nowhere, and I thought, well, I'll just press on to see if I can get on into Oklahoma City. That's a pretty good jog. I'm going to look it up, but I think I did pretty good. I don't know what the mileage is, but definitely was a full tank of gas. Definitely had an empty tank of gas, because I was choking and sputtering coming up the hill. And then as I started coming down the hill, I got a little bit of fuel back, and it was running good again. So I brought a clicky clack here. I got it running to my 5-gallon can with plenty of hose. Instead of trying to balance the fuel can with the really crappy safety EPA whatever nozzle, this is easier. I could just stand here, hold the power on this battery in the back here, fill up my tank. Oh yeah, that's like 3-4 gallons right there. We'll unhook this. I told myself to stop, and then I didn't. It's my bad. Let's go. We're back up. I'm kind of out in the middle of nowhere, so I'm about 100 miles from the Texas border. Old Falconstein's doing pretty good. Got some weird smells coming from under the hood, but I don't know if that's stuff burning off or if I've got some leaks. But last time I checked, the fluids were all good, but But you know, that radiator, never replaced it, so it might be leaking. No other problems. And I didn't run out of gas this time. So I'm going to hit the bathroom and fill up with fuel and see if we can't make it to the border. My goal is to go all night and not stop, because this is a budget trip and it's urgent that I get there because Dalton needs my help. But that means I'm not going to get there till like 3 or 4 in the morning. So, all right, bathroom and fuel, and wish me luck. I don't know how that mess got there. It wasn't me. But it took right at 9.5 gallons. I'm pretty sure it's a 14-gallon tank because I put a couple of gallons in it. We made it to the last gas station, and then it took 12. So, yeah. Anyway, 100 miles to Texas, and then, you know, however many left to get to New Mexico. But sun's going down, so it's time to employ the new lights. That should get me there. Well, I made it to one of my favorite stops right after you cross into Texas. It's about, I don't know, 15 miles into Texas. For me, it's a nice stopping place to get fuel, get a snack, go to the bathroom, and of course, just down the road, and I'll take you there in just a moment, is an old Conoco station right along Route 66. It's very cool when I bring something unique to go park under the neon lights and take a photo. So top off on fuel, check the fluids, and then I'll head down there for a little photo sesh, and then back on the road. Oh, and by the way, it's like 10 o'clock at night, and this thing is just, it has done good so far. Let's just leave it at that. I don't know how close to 14 gallons I'm going to get, but I'll bet I get pretty close. This will probably be the best test to understand my fuel mileage, because I know it was 115 miles from the last place I stopped. So we'll see how much fuel we put in, and I can tell you, when it hits the top, it comes right out. And yes, it is late at night, and you may have thought, man, that was silly for him to stop and put that Rain-X on. He hasn't had a drop of rain since he did that. Prevention was the key. Having it and not needing it was so much better than when I needed it and didn't have it. I can go the whole rest of the way not needing it, and I will be happy. I assume it's helping with the bugs too, because I only got like one little bug splatter on the windshield. Oh! Okay. We're going to say 12.5. Whoops. Let's do the fast math. Yep. 65 to 70 brings her down to 9. So, if you get your international with the 304 and the 3-speed, that's your miles per gallon. Alright, I'm excited. I'm going to go take some pictures. This road is rougher than ever. Still got the high idle going too. There she is. Beautiful old gas station. Love the neon. Hey, during duct tape, when I took the A-Team van through here, that's where I stayed. Great historic hotel. Uh-oh, we lost a parking light. It was working earlier. Fixed it. Very cool. Well, it's Amarillo by morning, as it is just after midnight here in Amarillo, Texas, at the famous Buc-ee's. And the reason why I say it's the famous Buc-ee's, because if you go back and watch the Desert Mopar video of mine, you'll see that Dalton and I stopped here early in the morning to head back home. That's when I took the Desert Mopar from Amarillo, Texas, all the way back to Oklahoma. And then Dalton brought the wagon, the Torino wagon, home. So anyway, I'm gonna stop here and get some fuel, and then I gotta take a mandatory rest break. See, that's one thing you guys don't understand about us YouTubers, is we're all in this YouTuber union, and it requires mandatory rest break. Now, I'm not gonna spend the money and get a hotel room because I'm only about 5 hours away from Dalton's, maybe 5.5. I don't know, there's a time change in there somewhere. And power through to the rest of the way because I've got to get to Dalton as soon as possible. I'm about 30 miles from the New Mexico border, which means I'm going to gain an hour? Yeah. I'm going to go back in time that way. I know that the sign for New Mexico on this road, it's just a tiny little sign because it's half of one town and half of the other, so it's literally, you know, just, it's right there and then it's gone. So rather than make a big production about it, I'll try to capture it on video. But I thought I'd stop a little early because this was a well-lit, very clean, nice gas station. And I don't think there's a lot more of those as I head west. So taking advantage of the cheap gas, the good bathroom, get a little snack, and then hopefully I'll be at Pole Barn Garage West by breakfast time because we got work to do. I don't know what he has in store, but hopefully it's warmer than here. It's about 43 degrees. And I don't know if you know this, but I got no windows or heat. So, all right, get some gas and back on the road.
trying to keep my eyes open. The generator's busted and the AC's broken. I'm talking to the Lord, hope He helps us get there safe. And we made it to the show, now we're singing to the crowd. We're playing encore and they're screaming real loud. Try to get home early, but I know that ain't the case. Yeah, it's another hotel room, sleeping on the floor. I'm hurting in the morning from the night before. Pay my dues, I'm eating, love the road, I'm coming home, baby.
Well, the sun is up again, obviously, but I'm about 2.5 hours away. You know, it says 2.5 hours. This thing doesn't go quite the speed limit, so 150 miles. I've got 37 miles to Roswell. Hopefully I didn't overestimate. Hopefully I got the right amount of gas, because there's really no stops between here and Roswell. So I pulled off just for a minute to capture the beautiful sunrise. So yeah, 150 miles to go, and next stop is Roswell.
Yeah, it's another hotel room, sleeping on the floor. I'm hurting in the morning from the night before. Pay my dues, I'm eating, love the road, I'm coming home, baby, leave the porch light on.
10 miles to go, and it didn't quite make it. It started chugging like it needed fuel, and I know what that feeling is now that I've experienced it at least once. Literally 10 miles away, but that's why I carried the extra can, just in case. It was an extra long run between the last town and this next town, and there was one stop that I could have stopped, and I thought, nah, I'll make it. Well, my estimate was 10 miles off. So I'm gonna let it finish draining this fuel can into the tank, and then, yeah, we'll go top off at the gas station. Then I think I got, I don't know, about 120 miles left, a couple hours. You know, it's a long trip when you got to drive slow, but when a friend asks for help, you help them.
Hotel room, sleeping on the floor. I'm hurting in the morning from the night before. Pay my dues, I'm eating, love the road, I'm coming home, baby, leave the porch light on.
Well, here it is, made it to Roswell. Had about 2 gallons left in the tank, just topped it off, and yeah, I put 12 gallons in the tank and another 5 in my jug just to make sure. So it's using plenty of fuel. I think I'm averaging around 9.5. So not great, but no oil. Haven't used a drop of oil. Not sure how that is even possible. I noticed the power steering pump is not leaking from the pump, it looks like. It honestly looks like it's leaking from the actual steering box below. Made sure I wasn't losing any brake fluid. That's still good, even though the brakes are not perfect. But I don't know about coolant, but it's staying cool according to the gauge in here. About 115 miles left to go in this thing. That'll probably take me every bit of 2 hours, but one more stop at least to get fuel just to make sure, and then I'll be at Pole Barn Garage West. around here somewhere. Just from the pictures, it looks similar. I think this is it. Wow. What a hole. Well, I guess I could go try to find him. Buff, you gotta come help me. I've been stranded out in the desert for days now. I got lost. I don't know where to go. If only I had a bottle of water or something. I feel like I could keep going, but I don't know, man. If only there was a vehicle that could save the day. Made it. Okay, it's around here somewhere. Oh, there you are. Water. Oh, hold on, I got it. I got the water. Give me a second. Oh shit, water. No. No. Hey. I'm gonna die. But at least Falconstein made it. Sure did. Cool. Thanks for inviting me out here, man.
Yeah, it's been a fun time.
It's absolutely beautiful.
See that thing?
Should we go see what that thing is?
Hell yeah.
All right. Sorry about your water. Well, as you can see, I made it all the way out to Pole Barn Garage West. He got himself stranded out here in the desert, so I picked him up in Falconstein. I'll find you some water. But we're going to go investigate what the heck's going on out here. And then we can go check out the new Pole Barn Garage West.
Bombing range right there.
I see no issue with that. Okay, all right.
How what?
How cliffy is that cliff?
I mean, that's pretty steep, my friend. We'll get out.
We got this.
We'll get out. I trust the Falconstein.
Yeah. Look at the brakes, man.
Oh, yeah, look at the brakes. They're not stopping.
No, because I haven't pushed it all the way. We gotta fix the throat. What is this?
I don't know. It's a well?
Oh, it's water in the desert. Water. We're gonna check this out.
And then we're gonna pull the timing back a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right there. It's
Not so much anymore.
No, you're not holding a lot of water in that now, are you?
There's a line.
Yeah, pipe. I mean, this is for cattle, or did somebody have a house around here?
Who knows?
God, look at that.
It's not very scenic out here.
No, there's just nothing to see.
Hopefully everyone understands that reference. That's from another YouTuber who happened to say he didn't want to film anything in the desert because it wasn't scenic. We have trees and green grass where we're at. This is beautiful.
We don't have this.
We don't have this.
You dead people in there? Or?
No. Some rocks, concrete floor. This was a holding tank of something until it wasn't.
Probably meth.
Square. Cool. Desert thing.
Hello. It's not that deep.
It puts the lotion on the skin. Oh, big hole, big hole.
Big hole?
Big hole.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Still did it.
We are testing the Falconstein.
You know, it's probably never really been put through its paces after it was built.
You drove it 800 miles here.
But not in the desert.
And now, we're going to try to break it out here. Where we could literally die. Oh, shit!
Stand by. Well, that didn't work.
How much gas you got?
Oh, I've got full tank.
Okay. Okay, I'm just saying, Buff, we're like...
A long way.
Yeah, we're kind of far out here now. I don't think I have any cell coverage either.
I know I don't because I have AT&T.
We could literally die.
This is the end right here.
It's a long walk.
Walter White in there?
Maybe we gotta.
Take the left.
You're gonna take the left?
Yes.
I'm gonna get out. Oh no! Oh shit. It's got open diffs, doesn't it?
That's a really big hole. I couldn't see it.
Uh-oh.
It's fine.
What? Man, I wish they had lockers.
Yeah. It's got some give to it.
You have jack?
No.
Hey, don't scratch it. Oh shit, man.
That might be the problem.
It's not on the ground?
Nope.
Yeah, we'll have to pile some rocks under it.
Okay. Moved. She's going.
We built a little road over there. We'll
Backwards.
hopefully it bites enough. Go easy. Yeah, baby! Careful. Yep. All right, you want to go that way?
Okay.
That's good. Straight. All right. You're good. You're good.
Success.
We did it. We didn't die. We almost died.
But we lived to four-wheel another day.
Okay, next time when I say, well, you're committed.
Don't listen to you.
Yeah, don't do that.
Let's just go straight next time.
That whole column's moving though, man, and it's
Yeah,
just...
the self-tappers are in fact moving.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not bolted in. It's just self-tapping.
You got your impact or anything?
Yeah.
We could maybe do something better. I mean, I don't know. I would hate to see that rag joint get tore up. Those things are like 50 bucks.
36.
Yeah.
But you gotta wait because they don't have them stock.
I know. They're a pain. We could do something here. Let's get some ratchet straps or something and just hold that thing down. Or if we hold it in one position,
right,
then at least it won't
be moving.
Yeah.
Okay. Up here. And maybe
that might be permanent.
Permanent ratchet strap.
I'm thinking so. Your gas tank's ratchet strapped in. It's working fine.
Yeah. You saw that, huh?
Yeah, I did.
The bolts.
I got a really good look at it earlier.
Yeah.
Just a few minutes ago.
The bolts were rusted solid. So no time to find bolts. I had to get to Pole Barn Garage.
Yeah, so you could go die in the desert with me.
Yeah, it really did take us out from one bad situation to another. Can't kill it.
It's not good, but it's better. Alright, so we need to turn around. We're going to try to find the shortest path back home. That may include cutting through some private property, but I'm calling this a small emergency. That's not great.
It's also not really turning. Something's come loose. Is it in the steering box, you think?
Oh, I'm wondering.
I'll bet it is.
Something
really, ain't right.
Something not good.
Yeah. I put that rag joint in and tightened it all up. Now it's loose again. So something ain't right. But fixable. It's all fixable.
Alright, so we're going to need to reevaluate how we need to get about 4 miles that way. Holy crap, we made it out. Well, we're not home, but we made it out. Hey, the coil you stole from me is bad.
I mean, I have a whole other battery if I had to jump.
Hopefully it'll work to spark enough. That's crazy. Verify.
I mean, it's definitely got juice coming out of it.
Shit. Yeah, that coil's smoked. I've never seen that happen.
Ready?
You find something to arc to.
Find something?
Alright.
No. We killed it. So I got the coil out. That sucker is hot. And it's leaking. So that's good. But thankfully, we're not out of cell range, and Jess can bring us a coil down that road right there. And we should be right back on the road again. The Centurion arrives. Thanks, Jess. Now we can fix that. Okay, here we go. Testing. You fixed it. Thanks, Jess.
Yeah.
Let's go home. that, we are back from our desert adventure. So thank you all for watching Buff's Garage. Thanks Dalton and Jess for inviting me out to help them, work on their house, which you can't see. You can watch his video to check out all of that. So anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. I have yet to ask the most important question. If these are out here, what's the buckets for? There's another bucket over there. I'm kind of concerned about the bucket situation. I'm still worried about the buckets. That's the shitter. That's kind of what I was afraid of.
Yeah.
Awesome.